Welcome to the Back and Forth, the show by co-parents
for coparents,
talking about the things that co-parents go through. I'm Kevin, and this is
Chanel.
Let's go. Before we get started talking about our topic for today, Chanel, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you.
Awesome.
Sound just like you. Our voices sound just alike.
Yes.
So who are you again?
I'm Chanel.
And how can they find you? These people? I don't know.
We're not doing the whole finding.
We're
trying to talk about these dirty kids.
Oh, okay. So
let's get these kids.
Just in case the people don't know who I am.
Cleaned up.
Well, just in case people don't know who I am, I'm Kevin L. Scott. You can find me on social medias. You can find me on Instagram. So
yes.
We put it down the bottom. Put down the bottom. But before we get started, make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and notify button so y'all know we put these topics out there. So since Chanel didn't remind me to do that, I had to remind myself.
You asking me where they can find me? Like where's Waldo?
I just wanted to start the show. So, Chanel, so now that you've graciously let me bring the show back in, I saw something on the internets and it piqued my interest. You know, I know growing up as a child, I would sometimes sit on the edge of the bathtub. I run the water. I go through the whole process of taking a bath.
You actually did that, Kat?
Without actually getting wet. I took a bath, but I didn't get wet. You know what I mean?
No, I never did it. No? Never did it.
Okay.
Never did that.
Maybe that was a boy thing, but I do know having kids in my house that sometimes boys and girls do the same thing. They tend to not want to wash sometimes. You have to make them wash. But I ran across an article and saw something and it piqued my interest. It was about Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher and their children's. And
the Kunis and the Kutchers and the it just sounds disgusting. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'll put it right here in the middle, so you can see it. Because I don't want to read the whole thing. But here's the thing. They have a belief that they don't have to wash their children unless they can actually see dirt. And so they don't believe in having to give their kids baths all the time. I before I get deep into it, Chanel, what do you think about that so far? As far as them, I'm not here to talk about somebody's parenting skills, because I'm not trying to go in nobody's else's house. However, I can say from a parent standpoint, things that I'm going to stand for. But what you say?
Especially not that one. That's one house we're not going to go in, because if you got to wait till you physically see dirt on these kids before you wash their dirty tails, I can only imagine what that house smells like. Because smell comes before the dirt, the physical dirt, just like pride comes before a fall. Okay.
Oh,
so let's get this whole smell thing. Like, they never addressed the smell part. That's the part about this article that just kind of troubles me. They never addressed the smell part. They said they not washing their kids until they can physically see the dirt on them. So we just running them around smelling.
It's no smelling. Can I read something?
Okay, go ahead.
It said, they did on an interview, Ashton Kutcher said, if you can see the dirt on them, clean them. Kutcher said of his approaching the bathing kids, otherwise there's no point. Then Kunis said that she wasn't the parent that bathes my newborns ever. Agreeing, she said that she believes that it can strip the kids of the oils and stuff that's on their skin, the natural oils and stuff that's on their skin. I'm sorry. And so one of the hosts on the show said, who taught you not to wash?
Woo! Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
I'm just saying.
They took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because I know it's like, I don't know if it's the the preservatives, the stuff that's in the foods nowadays. But I know my grandson is like 7, and he's been mussy for a while.
Don't throw him out there like that.
No. Just being real. We're transparent here. We're being real.
We are transparent, yes.
Because we cannot sit here and say that these kids nowadays, as young as they are nowadays, are not smelling. Unlike when I was a little kid, I know at 7 years old, I didn't smell musty. I don't think I did. Now I might have been funky, but I wasn't musty. And so you've got a little one. You know, a little one. He's not little, but
listen, Linda, you're out there. Okay. Yes, we need to address this funk. Okay. Yeah. We're going to address this funk today because these oils and stuff, yes, that's a buildup and they replenish. You know, God was amazing and a genius when he allowed water to be just there, you know, because when we use it and with soap, you know, the oils still come, you know, to replenish our body so that we're just not dry and scaly, you know, like a fish. So you're not in danger of stripping them and they're going to become a fish. You're not in danger of that when you wash your children. Okay. Now with babies, I'm not saying you need to bathe them twice a day. I'm not saying that. Maybe not even once a day, you know, maybe once every other day. When they become talking age, like they can form a mama, they can do that. They need to be bathed every day. Okay. Because guess what? They're being exposed to debris, elements, all of those things that do get into those pores. That's what we smell. Yes. What you remember, you know what, Kev? You older than me, you know, clearly. You know when your mama did your mama ever tell you smell like outside?
Yeah, my wife just told me I smell like outside. And I was outside for 5 minutes the other day. I just went outside for 5 minutes. Said, you smell like outside. I'm like,
right. What does that mean? What does that actually mean? I want to hear what you think it means, because this is what we need to email the Kutchers and the Kunises. We need to email that to them.
Well, you know, you ever heard that thing, you are what you eat, from your head down to your feet? That was a little ditty we have as older folks. A little cartoon came out when we were little.
The older folks had that?
Yeah. So you are a product of your environment. And so if you outside running around outside all day and it's stinking and you smell like outside, that's the environment you're in.
Yes.
If you raised on a farm, poop, all kinds of stuff out there, you run around smell like hay in the middle of the barn.
Go ahead now.
But yeah, so what I'm saying is, so if you're outside playing, you outside doing whatever it is, when you come in the house, you smell like outside smell. Yes. And so if you are of that mindset where we don't have to take a bath today, first of all, you're bringing the outside in. So if you don't take a bath, you're nearing your nasty behind on your bed. So your bed gonna have all that funk on it too. So now, on top of, I'm hoping you washing your sheets at least once a week. Because if you only bathing once, twice a week, your sheets,
God knows,
your sheets might be colorful. That's to say the least. I don't know about you, Chanel. But you know, it was something in this article that said that, oh yeah, we'll wash our face off and probably our underarms and stuff.
Them bird baths.
So, what I'm saying is this right here. We know babies, newborns. You ever saw the little crease inside a little baby neck?
Yes, that is the
little crease that's inside the baby neck right there.
Yes.
You gotta pull that stuff out of that. Pull that stuff out of there. And you know, babies have a distinct smell that, oh, they smell so cute. But no, the baby start sweating and they get in the creases. The baby ain't smelling so cute no more.
Not at all.
And so you got to get a little towel and wipe them off. And I understand you don't want to get the baby a bath. You might not want to get a baby a bath every day, like you said, the oils and all that stuff. But when you start humming, it's time to take a wash off.
Okay, a whole bath. Just dunk them in there. Like that. Dunk them in there.
I was looking at something. There was a couple. And they said that they believe in washing their hair every day. They wash their hair every day. And they believe in letting everything flow from gravity. So everything flows down. They don't have to worry about the stuff that's beneath there, because the soap from the hair will take care of everything down beneath.
I had a client say something very similar to me.
Oh,
Kev.
Okay.
Yes. A client told me that something very similar. I didn't even know this. I said, man, my circle must bathe every day, because I didn't even know, like, I have not known this for over 30 years. Okay. And when she said that to me, Kev, I was like, people don't wash their feet? Like, that's a thing? She said, oh no, like the soap from what it's just the gravity, the soap gonna get down to your feet anyway. So what's the point of bending down to what? I said, are you kidding me? That folks really out here doing this? She said, she looked at me like, no, you didn't know? I was like, I didn't, first of all, I didn't grow up that way. Mm-hmm. Secondly, I can't even imagine. That's like washing your car, like washing the top, and then just because the soap flows, it's just, your tires will still be dirty.
Yep.
The undercarriage, all that still would be dirty. Like, if we really went with this philosophy, like, just common sense. When you go through the car wash, do they just put water on the top, soap on the top? They don't do that at the car wash. So why should we do that on our bodies? She's talking about the oils and stuff, but what about the secretions? The sweat. You got I'm not trying to be real graphic here, but you got the butt.
I put that finger up. That's gonna be the topic. But go ahead, keep going.
Well, this might be the next topic. You got the butt cheeks that be rubbing, so that's creating friction and what? Heat. It be heat in there, and then that heat ain't got nowhere to go, so it's trapped. And then now we got the sweat that's been trapped up in there, and then that stinks. I'm teaching y'all a biology lesson here. That heat that's been rubbing up against each other all day. Y'all been sitting in the office. It's just been rubbing. And God knows what kind of air is coming out of there. So that stinks. And
this is why we pray before each one of these shows. I prayed before this show. And she did it again. Chanel has took this show off the rails again. We do this show for the co-parents, about the co-parents, and we do these things because these are situations that you may run into. And you might be listening to the show like, what does this got to do with co-parenting? Oh, this got a lot to do with co-parenting, because the way you raise your child in your home, when the child goes to the other parent's house to visit, they may have a whole different set of rules. So you have to prepare yourself for these type of situations because they may just come up. So what are you going to do if this type of situation comes up where the child goes up to the other parent's house and they don't bathe, or they come to your house, or maybe you're the parent that doesn't believe in bathing and the other parent believes in bathing. And so you got to send that child back. There needs to be some communication. We have to be able to talk to one another so we know what to expect and what we want our children to look and smell like, because they got to come back home. If they come back home with the same clothes you sent them there with, there's a problem. Go ahead.
Well, I will say this. Now I was serious the last what
I know you were,
but I'm gonna get real serious now. So my son started his dad and stepmom, that family or that household became pescatarian several years ago. Mm-hmm. And so my son decided he wanted to be pescatarian. I'm not pescatarian. I've tried it, loved it, but then I still like my bacon every now and then. Okay. I'm flexitarian. Yes. So for the weekend when he comes over to my house, I honor that. I do honor that. Now, I don't necessarily eat pescatarian the whole weekend he's there. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I definitely make sure that the meals that we have or that are available when he's here when he's with me are friendly for him to eat. Okay. So with that, like you said, I love the part that you talk about communication. Some things you can be flexible on as long as it doesn't take away from what you morally believe in. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that you should compromise your moral standards for people. I just don't. I do believe that you can respect people, but at the same time, with it's something about whether we're going to eat bacon or Beyond Meat, we can do that. You know, that's something I can deal with. It's not hurting me to do that. But when it comes to how I want my children to show up in the world, I am not going to send a stinky kid from my house. I'm sorry. You can send a stinky kid from your house. That's your house. But as for me and my house, we will bathe every day.
I thought we served the Lord. Okay.
And serve the Lord. Yeah. We're going.
So that is a great way to segue and end this thing, Chanel, because we've had another great topic. Because you know we kid about some of this stuff, but this is serious because these are serious situations that co-parents have to deal with. You know, you might think that, well, that never happened to me. What happens if it does?
Yes.
You have to be prepared. So how are you going to respond? I didn't say react. Respond to these type of situations. Are you going to blow up, or are you going to sit back and just think about it, take a step back, think about what it is that you need to do to accomplish what needs to be accomplished for your children? Because remember, it's not about you. If you want to be funky, you be funky. Don't take it out on your children.
Just sit in the corner.
Yeah, whatever you got to do. Chanel, take us home.
Absolutely. So we had another great show, guys. Thank you all for tuning in and liking and sharing and subscribing to our channel. We definitely want to make sure that this message gets out to as many people as possible. And, just, make sure that you are upholding certain standards in your home, and making sure that you are living your best life with your kids when you have them. So Kev, are we doing where you can find me, or are we already done with that?
You can tell them where to find you, Chanel. You cut me off earlier
because I was going to do it here. But anyway, y'all can find me at www.pricesandbeyond.org for all of the content videos that I share, and that's all down below, as well as, of course, right here on YouTube at The Back and Forth with Chanel and Kev. So Kev, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Kevin_L_Scott.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Kev.
Yeah.
And without further ado, y'all be safe out here in these streets, these hot streets or cold streets, wherever you live. Be safe. Make sure you put God first, because that, my friends, is the most solid foundation that you can have. So until next time, y'all be blessed.
And go wash your tail. We out.